Welcome to the AP. I'm here with David Archuleta, whose third album, correct? Third album? Because we count the Christmas album, right?
Yeah.
Comes out tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thanks. I just, kind of anxious for the release of the album and nervous but excited. Just a jumble of feelings, I guess. You're not sure, you never know what's going to happen, how people are going to respond, but it's an exciting time.
And how do you feel about the opposite side of down?
The opposite side.
Other side of down, sorry.
Oh, no, it's the same difference, right? No, the other side of down, you mean like...
Like, what was your inspiration for it? What...
Well, with the other side of down, I just wanted... At first, I was like, well, what is it that I want to accomplish with this next album? What are my goals? What do I want to give out to people this time as an artist and with my music? And I still wanted it to be fun, but I wanted it to be fun and be my age. This is my last year as a teenager, so I wanted to be a teenager. But I'm still growing. I'm learning new things every day in my life, and I want to be able to kind of share that with people and just kind of let people, allow people to see from my perspective a little bit through the music. And so I feel like I wanted it to be positive and just a feel-good album. And it's kind of dorky in a way because that's who I am. I just wanted people to know who I was. And so it's kind of like introducing David Archuleta in a way. The kind of fun, lighthearted side of him, even though there's still meaning in every song.
Wow. Now, being that this is your third album, how have you learned since the first one?
I feel like I've learned so much from the first album, like so much. From how the business side of things works to the way to produce the music, who to work with, and what to say, and how to say it, and to performing, to speaking in interviews, and just everything. It feels like I've learned a lot really quickly, and so it's funny to see how I'm doing things differently this time around, and how I still feel like, wow, I'm going to do so many things different the next time because there's so much I'm learning this time too, new things. It's just kind of like taking, each step, it's kind of like going a step into the unknown in a way. But as you're doing that, even though it's kind of scary, you're broadening your
horizons.
I guess so, yeah. I guess you're broadening your horizons and just getting out there, you're gaining more experience.
Now, I remember, when you came out with the first album, Crush came out, what, and you were thought of as, oh, David, little David, so cute, so innocent. And you do learn, as you said, in a short amount of time, you had to learn just about how this business works and, how fame works and how to make it on your own, not just on a TV show. Did anything surprise you, maybe that you weren't expecting?
I mean, the whole thing almost feels like it's just been a big surprise. Like, you walk into a room and just like all... the lights are off, and that's what it feels like. It's like the lights are off, you're going inside your house or somewhere, and all of a sudden, all the lights just burst open, and all this confetti goes, and all these people are here. Surprise! That's pretty much how it feels. Just everything at once is just like, boom. Because you don't really expect any of it to happen. You kind of have an idea, and like, I wonder what would it be like, but it's like I wasn't expecting to get as far as I did on American Idol. I wasn't expecting to get signed right as soon as Idol ended, like hours after the show ended. I wasn't expecting to make an album each year, that quickly and go on tour and still have fans. I didn't know how long this whole American Idol thing was going to last, or how long you were going to, what was going to happen as an artist afterwards, and if people were still going to connect to me and still be interested in what I was doing, because I don't, you don't know. It's like, so it's still, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Anything can happen. It could be a tough learning experience. It could be a wonderful, I'm sure it'll be both. And it's just about continuing trying to climb up, and it's kind of the theme of the album, just trying to move forward and do your best and work hard and do something good and beneficial to while you're here in this life for other people.
I know it's important to you to always have a positive message and have positive music, but is it hard to not compare, to do comparing with other, musicians around your same age and what they're doing and what people are buying right now, and, or do you just try to stay in touch with what speaks to you?
I think I really tried to just keep in touch with what I was feeling, what felt like, what was the right thing to do. And, you do kind of wonder, okay, what are other people doing? But it wasn't really, what are people doing that's going to sell. It was, what are people doing that I'm drawn to, that makes an impression on me? Because that's what I want to do with my music. And what can I do that won't be too far left from what I did last time? Making a smooth transition forward instead of, some people, it's like they do like this big pop, massive album, and all of a sudden they just go all like, too artistic. And it's like, I don't want to get crazy or anything. I'm still young. I still enjoy pop music, but it's so important for me to have a substance there, a meaning behind what people are listening to, because I feel like I want people to connect with that. And I feel like if that's there, and if there's a meaning, not just for me, but for other people, it'll last a lot longer. And so while I'm still learning about like the music and production side of creating. I really focused this time on lyrics. And it was not like it's not like I'm talking about these life-changing things or anything. Well, I guess kind of in a way, but not like these super deep things that are hard to understand. I just talked about things that were real to me. I get confused. Sometimes like, wow, I wonder what the future is going to bring, but I'm so excited for it. Or if there can be more lighthearted and quirky, or songs that do have more of a message to them. As long as it was real, I just wanted it to be true, because I wanted to believe what I was singing this time. I wanted to make sure that it's going to be fun, but I want to believe it. And I feel like the more I believe it, the kind of people who listen to my music and have connected with me on Idol, I think they want to believe it too. I think they want me to believe what I'm singing, because I feel like that's what they connected to. The songs I sang on Idol, they had a meaning to me, and I think that's why people connected to it so much, and I think that's why they voted for me. So why should I try and do something just because I hope that it'll work? I want it to work for the right reasons, not just I don't want it just to be, well, if I do this, this is what will sell the most, or this is what will catch the most people's attention. I don't think it's about that, because even if it does catch people's attention, how long is that going to last? A year, and then people can forget about it? That's not why I'm here. I want to make a lasting impression.
Wow. Now, are you more comfortable now going into a studio?
Yeah, I think it depends on who I'm working with. I'm always nervous, because in the studio, it's gonna last a long time. People are gonna listen to it again and again to the same thing. So you never know. It's like, I hope that I'm in a good place in my voice and in a good mindset and putting the right emotion and heart into this song or energy, because there's no turning back once it's on the album. So you always get that kind of, oh, I hope I do well, and I hope that it's just good, and that I am conveying what the message is in this song, or what I want to say properly. So that's kind of that's always what you kind of feel, and usually the longer like a couple of hours into it, you get more comfortable because you're not thinking about that anymore. You're just thinking, okay, what is this? I want to really get into this lyric, or I could do this better, or let me try this a little, and you start experimenting. And so I get more comfortable near the end. And what's funny is a lot of the engineers or producers that are recording the vocals, they usually say that they use the first few takes anyway. But it's just kind of funny. I guess because it's more raw, more real. You're not thinking too much. You're not overthinking things. It's more of a feeling at first, and I guess once it kind of gets repetitive and stuff, you start thinking more than feeling. So it's just interesting that several of them say, we use the first few takes because there's something in there that was more magical than the other takes.
Do you have a favorite song on the album? If you had to pick.
If I had to pick, it's hard because there's, they all have a special meaning. But there's a reason why I chose, there's a song, it's the title track. It's called The Other Side of Down, just like the album. And I chose that as the album title for a reason, because I felt like that song and what it meant represented so much of what's going on with me right now in this stage of my life. And it talks about those confusions and what goes on in my head a little bit. It's like, wow, there's a lot going on, and I'm not sure, I can't really comprehend everything. It's really confusing, but it's about, I can get stuck, or I could just keep going forward. Despite the confusions and frustrations, you can still keep moving forward. You don't always have to know what's going to happen next in the future, because that's not how life works. You can't really plan out your future because you never know what's going to happen. You can have an idea, but then, if you would have asked me 5 years ago, what are the next 5 years going to be like? I had no idea that I'd be doing this, So I have no idea what's going to be like the next 5 years, but I'm so excited because I know there are opportunities there. And I know that, I think, everyone has opportunities, and it's just a matter of how you handle them and if you're going to go for them or not. They exist in everyone's lives. So I don't think that one life it's like, oh, that person, they're going to be given the opportunities, and it's the only good things are going to happen to that person. No, that's not true. I think everyone has an opportunity to make a difference and make an impact and enjoy life. So, anyway, the song The Other Side of Down is about just making progress and moving forward despite whatever may be going on. It's just, I'm trying to make it my way and look at life in a different perspective, the other side of down. It kind of makes people think a little, what is that? What is he saying there? So it makes people think a little bit, and I wanted to kind of do that with this album. Just get people kind of thinking a little more creatively and more abstract in a way. And it's not like Picasso or anything, but...